I used to be a fan of wrapped Bitcoin. I used to have a lot of my crypto wealth in wrapped Bitcoin because it's a type of Bitcoin that can be used in decentralized finance, right? You can use it on the Ethereum chain, you can use it on the Base chain, on any EVM compatible chain. You can use wrapped Bitcoin and then do some smart financial engineering to potentially short other altcoins, etc. Wrapped Bitcoin was very, very useful. Now, why do I say it was useful? Because unfortunately, this has now changed. BitGo, the custodian of wrapped Bitcoin, is now working together with Justin Sun. Over transition period, over the next 60 days, wrapped Bitcoin will not just be with BitGo, but also with BitGlobal, which is involved with Justin Sun, who is in turn founder of the Tron blockchain and of course who's also deeply involved with the exchange HTX. Now here's the reason why this is a problem. Justin Sun does not necessarily have the cleanest of records, and people are still speculating whether or not the assets that are on the Tron blockchain are actually backed. For example, the Bitcoin token that's on Tron, is this actually backed with real Bitcoin? I've got my strong doubts, and I made a specific video, a special video just on that topic just 1 week ago when I talked about the TRX token. Now, I'm not the only one that's skeptical. MakerDAO is considering to remove wrapped Bitcoin from their reserves. And MakerDAO is of course the issuer of the DAI stablecoin, one of the largest stablecoins in all of crypto. And so the BitGo CEO is already in defense mode. Justin Sun also says that nothing around the backing of wrapped Bitcoin will change. But yeah, let me remind you who Justin Sun is. Here he is at a party, not necessarily in the cleanest of mental states. Have a look.
Buy my shitcoin.
Is Tron a valid coin or a shitcoin?
Shitcoin.
Why is it a shitcoin?
But still more legit than Ethereum. I don't know why.
But it's a shitcoin.
I agree. Buy his shitcoin.
Buy his shitcoin.
Buy it immediately.
Yeah, buy his shitcoin. Why do you say buy that shitcoin?
Because it is Ethereum killer.
Okay, this isn't necessarily nice, but it's not the worst. I've talked about this in a prior video. I've talked about the total value locked on the Tron blockchain, which is 7.6 billion right now. And I've talked about how 5.2 billion of that total value locked is the Bitcoin token on the Just Lend platform. When we look at that Bitcoin token, we see that 99.78% of the entire supply is just held by the top 10 holders. Now have a look at this. There are two wallets by crypto exchange HTX, which of course is closely affiliated with Justin Sun. The sum of those two wallets equals to roughly $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin. When we look at the proof of reserves of HTX for Bitcoin though, we see that that's only worth 759 million. So that's somewhat odd, right? Where do all the other Bitcoins come from? Is it potentially just fake Bitcoin and not real Bitcoin? And does it make sense to believe that all of the Bitcoin that HTX holds, or let's rather say more than all of the Bitcoin that HTX holds, does it make sense that all of this is on a single DeFi platform? There's of course also the $5.2 billion that we've already seen in the interface. That's again more than 2/3 of the value of all of Tron. And all of those tokens, they simply got created out of thin air using the issue function. Again, more details is in the prior Tron video if you're interested. But again, there's no proof whatsoever that those Bitcoin exist anywhere. They're simply just wrapped Bitcoin tokens that have been created by the wrapped Bitcoin issuer, by the creator of the smart contract. We don't know if those Bitcoin are actually backed. And now Justin Sun gets directly involved with the people that actually hold the wrapped Bitcoin. So that's a problem, right? We don't even know the exact involvement of Justin Sun with HTX. He says he's simply just an advisor, but he's definitely promoting the exchange quite a bit here at a conference. And so yes, there's still the proof of assets on the WBTC website, but note how all of those wrapped Bitcoin are the ERC20 tokens, so on Ethereum. Those are not the TRC20 tokens that are on Tron. And the big, I believe, justified worry is now that those two capital pools get now mingled with one another. Unfortunately, I do not have a quick solution to this either. I do not know what's going to replace wrapped Bitcoin, but I hope that at some point there will be again a decentralized version, a clear bridge where you can bridge from the native Bitcoin to something that represents Bitcoin on Ethereum. A solution that does not involve third-party custody, especially involving just-in-Sun. We used to have something like this, right? We used to have WBTC, but unfortunately WREN got shut down. And so the short-term solution that I have is to simply just use Ethereum. What we have over here is the Ethereum price relative to Bitcoin, and over the long term, it tends to now be at a rather low price. It tends to be quite depressed relative to Bitcoin. This, by the way, here was the move from proof of work to proof of stake. All of my long-term Bitcoin holdings will be transferred into native Bitcoin and stored in a cold wallet. All of my short-term speculative money will be now converted into Ethereum. I do not like to hold wrapped Bitcoin over the medium term anymore. I do not know how much the backing over the next months will really be still valid. I believe the risk of wrapped Bitcoin shot up dramatically, and I believe there is a real possibility that over time the backing of wrapped Bitcoin with real Bitcoin will diminish. It won't be obvious. There will still be proof of reserves somewhere on a website, but probably those reserves will be double counted and triple counted, and the same kinds of reserves will back the wrapped Bitcoin on Tron and on HTX and on Ethereum. And so then it's simply just a matter of who claims the real Bitcoin first in case there is a run on wrapped Bitcoin, because the doubts might spread. I don't think wrapped Bitcoin will implode tomorrow. I don't think it will implode in 60 days, but I do believe it's not as safe as holding native Bitcoin, especially over many years. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. In case you've got Telegram, then you are more than welcome to join us. The link is down below. Looking very much forward to chatting with you. Cheers.